welcome to our channel Eazy Btech. This is Sujna. In the last session, I have discussed about types of variable. How many types of variables are there? There are 3 types of variables in OOPS concept. What are that? So, first one is instance variable, second one is static variable, third one is local variable. In this session, I will discuss about constructors and methods. Constructors and methods. First of all, you have to know about what is a constructor. What is a constructor? It is a special type of method. It look like a method. It is a special type of method. In Python, init parentheses is a constructor. Init is a constructor. The constructor name should always init parentheses. In this parentheses, we can write arguments or parameters. Whenever we create object, constructor will be executed automatically, and we are not required to call explicitly. Whenever we are creating an object, automatically constructor is called. We are not required to call explicitly. The main objective of constructor to declare and initialize variable. What is the main purpose of constructor? So what is the main purpose of constructor? The main objective of constructor to declare and initialize variables. For every object, constructor will be executed only once. For every object, constructor will be executed only once. Within the constructor, at least one argument is required. Within constructor, at least one argument is required. That is nothing but self. Okay. Let's see an example program and syntax for. Let's see a syntax for constructor. Let's see. First of all, you have to know about what is the syntax of constructor. What is the syntax of constructor? That is nothing but def underscore init underscore self. Just statements. So underscore init underscore self. Okay. So it is a method. It look like a method. So what is constructor? It is a special type of method. It is a special type of method. In Python, underscore init is a constructor. The constructor name is always underscore init . Let's see an example programs of constructor. Small examples. See here. For example, I'm taking a class. For example, class name is test. Okay. I'm defining a constructor. Underscore init underscore parentheses. Okay. Just print my constructor. Okay. So in constructor, at least one argument is there. That argument is self. In constructor, at least one argument is there. That argument is self. Okay. After that, I am creating an object for test class. T is equal to test of. Whenever I am creating an object, automatically constructor is executed. We don't need to call explicitly. Okay, we don't need to call explicitly. So if it is a method, you have to call the method. So must and should. You have to call the method must and should. Whenever a constructor is there, whenever we are creating an object, automatically constructor is executed. We don't need to call explicitly. Let's execute this program. Constructor. Okay. Let's execute this program. See here, my constructor. It will execute it successfully. Okay. I'm creating another object for test class. Again it will execute it. My constructor, my constructor. Let's see here. Whenever we are creating object, constructor will be executed automatically and we are not required to call explicitly. That is about this concept. Okay, and next, the main object of constructor to declare and initialize variables. In the next example, I will tell this point. For every object, constructor will be executed once. The constructor is executed for every object only one time. Every object only one time. Okay, within the constructor, at least one argument is required. That is nothing but self. Within the constructor, at least one argument is there. That is nothing but self. If I am not giving self, let's see. Okay, what will happen? It will generate an error message. What is that? Type error. Type error. Init takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. So here I am not giving any parameter. But see here, init underscore init means constructor takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. Who are given these arguments? Automatically Python virtual machine is given. Automatically Python virtual machine is given. In this example, see here, in this example program, there is no self argument in init underscore. But PVM Python virtual machine by default pass one argument to self. That's why it's display error. Okay, automatically PVM means Python virtual machine by default pass one argument to constructor. That is nothing but self. Okay. So let's see. So must and should you have to give one argument in constructor, that is nothing but self. After that, self name. For example, I am taking employee is a class name. For that class, I am creating a constructor. Name, salary, ID, salary. See here, self dot n is equal to name, self dot I is equal to ID, self dot s is equal to salary. Okay. After that, I am creating a method. Display. Method is also contains one argument at least. That is nothing but self. Okay. Let's print employee details. What are that? Print name, self dot n. Print ID, self dot I. Print salary, self dot salary. Okay. Let's create an object for employee class. E is equal to employee of. See here, when I am creating object for class, automatically constructor is executed. But this constructor contains 3 parameters. What are they? Name, ID, salary. Must and should you have to pass these three values. Must and should you have to pass these 3 values. That are nothing but, for example, student ID is 586, like salary 45 also. Okay. After that, whenever I am creating an object for class, automatically constructor is executed. Constructor is executed. We don't need to call explicitly. So after that, we have to call display function. Just call this function by using object reference e.display. Let's execute this program. See here, name, ID, salary. Okay, this is the example of constructor. Let's see here. This is the point. The main objective of constructor to declare and initialize variables. The main objective of constructor to declare and initialize of variables. That is nothing but whenever we creating an object, automatically these values will be initialized to the parameters, constructor parameters. Okay. So this is about constructor topic. Let's move on to the methods concept. What is a method? I already told about methods concept in previous session. So let's discuss on methods topic. What are methods? Methods are used to write the business logics of the project. Coding conversion of method is method name starts with lowercase letter. If method contains more than one word, then every inner word starts with uppercase letter. Okay. So in methods, at least one argument should be present. That is nothing but self. So I already told in previous session. Okay. After that, what is a method syntax? Method syntax is nothing but def, method name, so self or arguments, statements. That is nothing but method syntax. What is a self? See here, in constructor, self argument is there. In method, self argument is there. What is self? Self is a reference variable. What is that? Self is a reference variable which is always pointing to the current object. Within Python class to refer current object, within Python class to refer current object, we should use self variable. So see here, this is the constructor variable. If you want to access this variable, must and should you have to create a self. So by using these reference variable, we can access these variables anywhere in the class. PVM is responsible to provide a value for the self argument. PVM, we are not provide an argument to the self argument and value to the self argument. Okay, PVM is responsible to provide a value for the self argument, and we are not required to provide explicitly. The first argument to the constructor and instance method should be self. Okay. So by using self, we can declare instance variables. By using self, I already told instance variable, static variable, local variables. By using self, we can declare instance variable. By using self, we can access instance variable. What is instance variable? So they varied from object to object. We can access the instance variable by using object reference. We can declare the instance variable by using object reference. Okay. Instead of self, we can use any name, but recommended to use self. Instead of self, okay, see here the last point. Instead of self, we can use any name, but recommended to use self. Okay, let's execute these ones. Class test, def, insert. I am taking insert method. Must and should one argument is there, that is nothing but self. For example, instead of self, when just take the last point, instead of self, we can use any name but recommended to use self. According to this point, I am giving instead of self Srijana. Srijana is a first variable, and next one is, for example, I am taking name. Okay, let's see. Srijana dot n is equal to name. After that, I am creating a display class, display of, here also I am taking Srijana. Okay, after that, print Srijana.n. Let's check this, it will execute or not. I am creating an object for test. After I am calling insert method, insert with one argument, that is nothing but, for example, I am passing Ram as name. Okay, so Ram is stored in name, so this name is stored in Srijana.n. So after that I am calling display function d.display. Let's execute this. Answer is Ram. Is it clear? Instead of self, you have to take any name, but recommended to use self. Okay, recommended to use self. This is about self-reference variable. Let's move on to the next topic, that is nothing but types of methods. There are three types of methods present in Python. What are that? Instance method, class method, static method. Instance method, class method, static method. What is about instance method? In any method, if we are using at least one instance variable, then that method is called as instance method. In previous examples, I'm telling some method examples. These all methods are considered as instance method. In any method, if we are using at least one instance variable, then that method is called as instance method. What is the syntax of instance method? Def, method name, def is a keyword, method name, self dot variable. This is about instance method. Okay, let's see an example program for instance method. What is that example? Accept student name and marks and print their grade according to the marks. Okay, let's see that. Class. What is the class name? The class name is student. I am taking a constructor. For variable declaration, that is nothing but name and marks. Underscore init underscore is a constructor. Self. Okay, self is a argument, that is a at least one argument, that is nothing but self. After that I am taking name marks. Okay, just stored in self dot name is equal to name, self dot marks is equal to marks. Okay, after that I am taking another, and not a constructor, okay, another method. I am taking a method, that is nothing but self. In any class only one constructor is there. But methods are our wish. Print student details, student information. Print name is equal to name, not name, self dot name. Print marks is equal to self dot marks. Okay, first of all you have to print this. I am creating an object for student variable, student class, student. This constructor contains two parameters, that are nothing but name and marks. I am taking Ram, marks is 89. Okay. Then you have to call this method. What is the display? Let's execute this. So student information, name is equal to Ram, marks is equal to 89. What is the question here? Print their grade according to the marks. Print their grade according to the marks. For example, the marks are 75 or 75 above. Grade is A. Grade is A, like this. So for this, I am writing another function, another method, that is nothing but grade self. Okay. For example, let's see here. The marks are above 75. Then grade is A. Marks are above 60. Grade is B. Marks are above 50. Grade is C. Marks are above 35. Grade D. If less than 35. Less than 35. Okay. So here you have to take equal operator also. Equal. Less than 35. Then what will happen? Fail. This is the instructions to generate a grade. Okay. Let's see here. Here we want to take if condition. If self dot marks is greater than or equal to 75, is greater than or equal to 75, then print what is the grade? A grade. Okay. So A grade. Let's print grade is equal to A. Elif either. Let's move on to the elif. Next condition. Self dot marks is greater than or equal to 60. Greater than or equal to 60. Let's print grade is equal to B. Grade is equal to B. Elif self dot marks is equal to 50. Greater than or equal to 50. Then generate print grade C. Elif self dot marks greater than or equal to 35. Greater than or equal to 35. Then print what is the grade? Grade D is the answer. Okay. Either you have to take or else print fail. Okay. Either you have to take like this. Elif self dot marks less than 35. Then print fail. There is no grade for below 35 marks. Let's execute this program. Okay. So here I am creating an object for student. After that I am calling display method. So here I want to call grade method also. S dot grade. Then you have to call this function. Okay. Ram 89, grade is A. If my marks is 67, grade B. If my marks is 56, grade C. My marks is 45, D. If I am giving marks as 12, fail. Okay. So this is an example program for instance method. Okay. Let's see next one. What is a class method? Okay. I already completed instance method. If any method, if we are using at least one instance variable, then that method is called as instance method. Okay. So class method. What is a class method? In any method, if we are using only static variables but not instance variable, then that method is called as class method. What is a static variable? Static variable, I already told in previous session. What is a static variable? Static variable means so the static variables are present inside the class, outside the method. Outside the method. These variables are also called as class level variables. Static variables is also called as class level variables. In any method, if we are using only static variable but not instance variable, then that method is called as class method. Let's move on to the syntax of class method. What is the syntax of class method? See here, at the rate class method is a decorator. Okay, it is called as decorator. Must and should we have to give decorator for class method. Must and should we have to give decorator for class method. At the rate class method def method name. See here, in instance method, self is at least one argument. In class method, cls is at least one argument. Instead of that, you have to give any name, like self. Instead of self, we have to give any other name. In here also, instead of cls, we have to give any other name. Okay, but recommended to use cls. So def method name, at least one argument, that is nothing but cls. Cls dot variable name. Either you have to mention here cls dot variable name, or either class name dot variable name. Class name dot variable name. So here at the rate class method is a decorator. At the rate class method is a decorator. See here, it is an example program for class method. Okay, let's see this example program for class method. Class, I am taking the class name as animal. I am taking class name as animal. I am taking here legs. Legs is nothing but four legs. Okay, legs is nothing but four legs. See here, legs is nothing but four legs. So after that, I am taking a class method. What is a class method? So when we are defining class method, must and should we have to give decorator. What is that? At the rate class method is a decorator. Class method is a decorator. So whenever we are writing a class method, must and should we have to give class method decorator. So must and should we have to give class method decorator. After that, just write definition for class method. That is nothing but walk. In class method, at least one argument is there. That is nothing but cls. In cls name. Okay, just print. Okay, what is that? Name walks with cls dot legs. Comma legs. See here, for example, I am giving a name as cat. Cat walks with four legs. Dog walks with four legs, like this. See here, cls dot legs. It is a static variable. You can call static variable by using cls reference variable. Either you have to give animal dot legs, class name dot static variable name. Just see, create an object for that method. Okay, either you have to call with animal dot animal dot walk. Animal dot walk. What is that? See here. Name is equal to input of enter animal name. Animal name. Here I am passing a name. Here I am passing a name to the walk method. Name is stored in name. Name walks with class dot legs, 4 legs. Let's see. I am giving here cat. Cat walks with 4 legs. So class method. So we can call class method by using. We can call class method by using class name dot method name. Class name dot method name. Either, see here, this is the same print statement I am writing here again, but instead of CLS I am giving animal dot legs. Let's execute. Dog. Same answer. So to refer static variables inside the class method. To refer static variable inside the class method, there are two ways. First way is by using CLS reference variable. The second way is by using class name. Dot static variable name. Okay. And next one is we can call class method by using class name or by using object reference also. A is equal to animal of a dot walk of, for example, I am giving cow. Let's see. See here, I am giving cat. Cat is executed and cow is also executed. Why? Because this cat is I am calling with class name. This cow is I am calling with object reference. But instance methods are executed with only object reference. Class methods are executing with class name as well as object reference also. This is about class method. In the next session, I will discuss about static methods. And what is the differences between instance method and class method, and what is the difference between instance method, class method and static method, and also what is the difference between constructor and method. Okay, I will discuss on next session. Okay, please watch our videos regularly. If you have any doubts, please post in comment section. Okay, thanks for watching.